So I just bought one of these new stainless steel spring and guide rod assemblies from Galloway Precision for my Taurus Spectrum 380. Let's hang out for a minute and see what we think about it. Hey guys, how's it going? So if you've been around the channel a while, you know that I love Taurus pistols, including my Taurus Spectrum and 380. And this thing is just so comfortable. The grip's just perfect for me. It's very low recoil for it being a pocket pistol. It's easy to conceal. I love the way the little pinky extension is on the magazine, but there's one little issue with it that I don't really care for, and that has to do with the fact that it has this uncaptive spring for the guide rod, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to put together. So not too long ago, I became aware that Galloway came out with an assembled, captivated stainless steel guide rod and spring. So we're going to take this apart. I'm going to install this, give you my initial thoughts. I'm sure they're plenty backed up. It did take a few weeks to get this, but I did get it, and let's see what's going on here. And just so you guys know, I bought this with my own money and from the generous contributions from you all. So if you'd like to help the channel, the links to my Patreon as well as my Amazon store are down in the description. So we're just going to go ahead and remove the magazine on this. The slide's closed. Now the way you take this apart is there's a little slot right here, and the takedown lever just kind of turns. You can see lock, unlock there. Now you can do this a couple ways. You're going to do it with the slide forward. There's no reason to fire this. This is double action only, so we don't need to pull the trigger to field strip this little pistol. We're just basically going to take, you can use the rim of a 380 or 9mm, and you're just going to put it in here. And we're just going to give it a turn, and you'll kind of feel it click, and the slide just starts to go home just a little bit. It just barely moved forward. And then I'm going to put my thumb here to keep this spring, make sure it doesn't fall out. And it's actually that easy. Now you can use a piece of brass if you want. I'll show you guys my preferred method. Now check this out. Right now it's sideways in the unlocked position. We're just going to pull the slide back a little bit. We watched it go in the forward position. It clicked in place. Very important you do that. Once in a while I found, just a couple times when I went to pull it back a little bit, it didn't rotate in the upward position, and if it does not and you let go, your slide will shoot across the room. Ask me how I know, so trust me on that. I like to actually just use a screwdriver, so we'll show you that method. We're just going to put the flathead in there, turn it towards the unlock, and watch what it does. We hear a click and it just slightly moves forward. No touching the trigger. We're going to pull it off. Alright. So this is a non-captive spring. So I'm going to kind of hold pressure on it. Just put my thumb here as a guide so it doesn't fly across the room. Pull back towards the muzzle. And it almost wanted to fly out of my hands. That easy. So you can see how much that spring has to compress. Now it comes with a steel guide rod from the factory, which is cool. And a flat recoil spring. We're going to set this aside and take a look at the Galloway product. Alright, so now we see, instead of it just being an uncaptivated spring where it extends all the way out, see the difference there? They've already got it under compression, and they have a little end cap on here. See, I just lost the pin. Now, I'll kind of show you guys what it's like on the original. And if you have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. If you're going to get one of these, you'll find out. So, we're basically going to start by putting the spring up against here. But there's not really like a collar for it to fit into. The top of this remains open. See that? So, it could just literally come out. And you literally have to sit here and load this spring, pushing through. Whoa, that literally just hit the barrel and made a spark. Crazy. Alright. It's a pain in the butt. If you've done this, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to set this aside. I hope this new Galloway spring works out, so I can just put this in the spare parts bin and hopefully never have to use it again. You're going to notice you have an end that's completely flat here. A large flat face. Nice, shiny, polished stainless. And the workmanship looks great on this, actually. I'm really impressed. And you're going to see just kind of a little smaller, little kind of button cap there at the end. Okay? The small end with the little round piece is going to go towards the muzzle, towards the front of the pistol, and it's going to go into the little hole. We have a little hole here. That's our recoil lug. And now we're going to go on to the recoil lug of the barrel. And it's going to take some pressure to push in, down, and you want it to go on that lower ledge. There's kind of a rounded off portion, and then there's more of a flat portion. So it's going to look just like that. And it was really easy to put in. Now, when you put it in, it might be cocked side to side just a little bit here. See how it's kind of offset? I'm just going to real gently. Now, you still want to watch yourself. Even though this is captive, it could still spring out because we did have to compress it a little bit to put it in. So I'm keeping it away from my face. Might even want to wear safety glasses when you do this. Just use your common sense. I'm going to line up the rails with the back of the slide. All right, everything went on good. I'm going to pull it back gently. Listen for that click. And it did click. Feels pretty good. Now, I haven't shot this pistol a ton, but I've shot it a few hundred rounds. And I think there might be a little more tension on this. But yeah, look at this. I don't feel any hitches. Nice and smooth. Now watch how easy takedown and reassembly is going to be of this little handgun. We're going to rotate this lever up into the unlock position. Click. Takedown so easy on this. I don't think you have to, but I'm just going to put my thumb here just to make sure. This camera wasn't cheap. Alright. I'm just going to kind of push back, keep my hand there to keep it from flying out. And there we go. Now, when I get a new spring like this, especially if it's metal on metal, it's my preference just to put a little bit of oil. I don't like to flood anything on the inside of my pistol with oil. But I'm just going to kind of put a drop right here. Literally one drop. And then I'll come around to this size about halfway down. Those were like 2 small drops total. And that way, it just gives it a little bit of lubricant when the metal is going up against the other stainless steel guide rod there. I don't think you necessarily have to do that. That's just what I like to do on all my handguns. Just a little bit of oil on the spring. Like everything, it's a little harder to do on camera, but it's still pretty easy. I'm just mating up that little hole on the recoil lug of the slide, pushing forward, down onto that lower ledge of the lockup lug, the recoil lug here on the bottom of the barrel. And it sits in there nice and pretty. Look at that. Same thing as before. I'm just going to start off making sure the slide's mating up with that rail. One more thing about this pistol. Look at this. These are full-length rails going all the way down. And they're actually metal. Most pistols just have a couple little spots where there's metal and the rest is polymer. So I just want to make a quick note of that while we're in here too. You don't really see that on most small little handguns, even large duty size. Kind of a nice feature. And while I've got the oil out, see where it's kind of silver, shiny there? That's where we're making contact, metal to metal. I'm just going to put 1 drop on each side just for the heck of it. 1 here. 1 here. Alright, I'm going to bring it back. See if it clicks in place. And it did. This is double action only, so it's always going to be the same pull. Just for good measure, we'll put in that mag. Slide does lock open. Now we're going to take it out and shoot it in an upcoming video. I'll let you guys know what I think, but right now I'm completely loving it. I wish one of these would have been invented a long time ago, because that's seriously like the only thing I don't like about this pistol. I know some people have said theirs have been finicky on ammo. I get it. I've had good luck with pretty much everything except for the steel case Tula ammo. It didn't like so much in this pistol. Some of my other guns love Tula ammo and Wolf. You know, you just have to always make sure that whatever ammo you're going to use in your pistol, whether it's defensive ammo, plinking ammo, make sure you actually use it. I know it's hard to get ammo right now, but some guns don't like one round from one manufacturer, but they like virtually all the rest. So you have to shoot the gun a little bit with the ammo you're going to carry, and I did learn that with this, but most of them did just great. So check my Taurus playlist. If you've not seen my Taurus videos, you're going to see several videos of this. Initial review, some shooting videos, shooting different types of ammo, and of course, tons of other Taurus pistols too in that playlist. I've had a lot of videos in there, and I've had fun making all of them, and I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed my Taurus videos, so let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments, and I'll come back with a follow-up and let you guys know how it shoots. But so far, so good. You can see that nice stainless steel guide rod there. Machining looks good. Quality looks good. I'd say overall a great initial impression. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one.